Because you're controllable, yeah, I get it. You're worried about losing your job. I'm not. So they can't control me. So I'll turn the camera on you, people like you, and say they're lying. This is how they're lying, right? And that's what I do. And because they don't like that, I get tied up through these courts. Lawfare after lawfare after lawfare. I've done nothing wrong.
Tommy Robinson faced an ITV reporter and decided to go head-to-head with him, telling him he's a propagandist. Let's take a look.
ITV? I'm ITV. You're ITV? Okay. Can I ask you? Yeah. Did you watch my documentary, Silence? No, hold on, shush. So I made a documentary that had 167 million views. I spent 7 months on solitary confinement. You've come here today to report on me being dragged through the courts again. And as a journalist, you haven't watched that film. I haven't watched it. You're not a journalist. You're a propaganda machine. You're not even here to find the news. Okay, what am I here for now?
You're here to go to court about harassing a couple of journalists, was it?
And what do you know about that?
I don't know much about it.
He doesn't know anything about it. Of course he doesn't. Have you watched my documentary that went out last night?
No. I'm the cameraman.
Okay, so you haven't. So you haven't. So basically...
How can you report on something you have pretty much no knowledge about? How can you call yourself a journalist without having the reliable sources to back up your claims? This guy clearly doesn't know a lot about Tommy Robinson, yet his news outlet, ITV News, have been reporting about Tommy Robinson's case for quite some time. How could you be so biased?
You know nothing at all. You're going to come and get your little snippets, and then your pre-written article, which is going to allege and imply to the British public that I've caused fear of violence of men. Yeah, that's what you're here for. You're not here for...
Well, hopefully, there will be an unbiased report about you going into court.
You're the ITV.
On ITV, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be unbiased, okay?
Well, it will be unbiased.
I hope it will as well, but if you want to be unbiased, try doing some investigation as a journalist, because you're not a journalist, you're a reporter. You shouldn't call yourself a journalist. You're here to report pre-written articles. You're here to report an agenda. If you was a journalist, you'd have watched my film, you'd have understand why I'm in court today. You don't even know why I'm in court. So what are you doing here?
Well, when it all comes out, it'll come out in court.
Well, no. What will come out is your headline. That's the problem. What comes out is your headline. Okay, and your headline, but your headline is based on no investigation. You've just said that. Okay, these men tracked down my family. They photographed innocent members of my family, then put them in danger. I then said to them, "Do you think I should be able to ask journalists questions? Do you think I should be able to contact a journalist and say I'm going to ask you a question on camera? Do you think?"
Well, I think that everyone has an opinion.
Okay, so do you think I should be able to contact a journalist? Say you're a journalist now, yeah? So I know who you are now. Yeah. Should I be able to send you a message saying I'm going to come with my camera and ask you questions like you've done to me?
Well, I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I don't know.
You're meant to be. Do you believe in free speech and free press?
I do.
So you believe in free press?
Yeah.
So I'll ask you again. Do you think I should be able to contact a journalist and tell him I want to ask him a question on camera?
I think you need to perhaps put it through to ITV, the news desk, speak to them like that.
So I need to put it through to ITV on the news desk. Did the Daily Mail put it through to me when they secretly, covertly recorded my daughter, my ex-wife, and they put pictures of her in a national newspaper endangering? Is that right? Do you think that's right what the Daily Mail did?
No.
So, okay, so you don't think that's right what the Daily Mail did? I'm facing 10 years in jail for saying I want to ask them a question on camera. Do you think that's right? Do you think we've maybe got a biased justice and judiciary? How am I even in court today? They endangered my family. How are you, honestly, you seem like a nice bloke. How are you been sent here and you haven't even looked into this? Because you're going to now just run a headline, and your headline is total lies. So what you're doing is you're feeding propaganda to the public from the establishment that lies about me as a journalist. But do you know why? Because you're controllable, yeah, I get it. You're worried about losing your job. I'm not. So they can't control me. So I'll turn the camera on you, people like you, and say they're lying. This is how they're lying. Right? And that's what I do. And because they don't like that, I get tied up through these courts. Lawfare after lawfare after lawfare. I've done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong. My only crime, 2 crimes. Being an uncontrollable journalist and being a decade ahead of the rest of the population on the problems. Now, I have to get into court because I don't want to upset the judge anymore, yeah? See you later.
Holy crap. Tommy Robinson went full blast on this guy, and he actually put this reporter on the spot. A Daily Mail journalist actually revealed information about his family while they were vacationing. Private information, their location, sensitive information. Does that seem legitimate to anyone? Because it sure as hell doesn't seem legitimate to me. But Tommy Robinson has been thrown under the bus time and time again by the British government and by the court systems. From a person that doesn't live in the UK, looking at the Tommy Robinson case, it seems pretty clear to me that Tommy's in the right. Did he do some bad things in the past? Most likely, like all of us. Does that mean that he needs to be the person we blame for everything? Absolutely not. Does it seem legitimate to anyone that he's now facing 10 years in jail for trying to converse with a journalist who exposed sensitive information about his family. Does it? I'll keep covering more of Tommy Robinson's videos because I think it's super important. And if we're trying to promote free speech and we're trying to increase awareness about the bias that the media world has, that's the only way to do it. And yes, Tommy Robinson is a controversial person. I'm well aware of it, and I'm well aware that some people don't like him, but this is my channel, and I'll do whatever I please on this channel. So thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to support me financially, you can do so through Buy Me Coffee or Patreon down in the links in the description. Please also support Tommy Robinson in using Urban Scoop. He wrote, I think, 4 books that you can buy, purchase, and support him. urbanscoop.uk, I believe that's the one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye-bye.